Hi, if you didn't know Iraq well and you looked one of the most popular Iraqi websites like this one or this one, you would think that Iraq has a man-only population. But then you'd look a bit further and you'll find out that there are women's sections usually in one of the corners. You'll be glad that half of the population is also represented in the media, only to realize that Iraqi women, it looks like, live permanently in beauty salons, as you can see from this picture. Well, let us do a reality check on these images and compare these women with the women in our lives. Let's think about the women that we personally know, our mothers, sisters, teachers, classmates, and how much, for the women here, you can just think about yourself. And how much can you relate with these images? And if you cannot relate to them, what is the problem here? Well, when the media reduces women to only physical appearance, it also reduces their humanity and depreciates their full participation in the society. And the danger of this sort of representation is that it looks harmless and it's invisible. It's also so prevalent that we don't even pay attention to it anymore. So we think of it as something normal. Well, the way we see things and the way we kind of look at things, it affects our perception and our understanding. It also affects the way we think and the way we do things. So if we understand this, we know what kind of danger or what kind of impact this sort of representation has on people. It was this kind of line of thinking and little story that inspired my work. I have a little sister who is 12 years old. Her name is Lara. She is very smart and apparently very funny. And I wanted to find her a great example of a woman close to home. So Zua Hadid came to mind. So I thought to show her an example about something about Zua Hadid. And if you don't know Zua Hadid, she is a world-renowned Iraqi British architect. So I typed her name in Google search in Kurdish. I couldn't find even one article about her. Then just to experiment, I wanted to compare her with another woman. So I thought about maybe Haifa Wahbi, and I did a Google search on her in Kurdish. I found about 10,000 results on her. So this big difference came as a shock to me. So then I wrote an article and published it. I did more research to find out there are systematic misrepresentation of women in the Iraqi media. In fact, the more I looked, the darker it got. Not only in Iraq, but also in the Middle Eastern media, about more than 80% of all the articles published online reinforces gender stereotypes, which means associates women with the domains of household, physical appearance, and childbearing. And this is the highest in the world. Well, this is a problem because you might ask, why do you care, or why should anyone care? Well, for one thing, that from a selfish perspective, I wanted, when my sister grows up, I wanted to see her as someone who has equal status as me, or as any other woman, or other man in the society for that matter. Also, to advance in the democracy, it's important for every member of the society to participate in the discussion and debates, and this is where usually women are excluded. And after all, a freedom that is not enjoyed by all, I think is not a freedom at all. So it's important for the diversity and the equality that is deserved for both women and men to be reflected in the media, because the way the media affects our understanding of ourselves and also of others. So what did I do about it? Before that, there's a saying that says you can't be what you can't see. So this was a dilemma for me. How can someone like my little sister think of being someone like Zua Hadid if she all sees is someone like Haifa Wahbi over and over in the media? So what did I do about it? Well, I didn't go on a horse and try to fight it. That's not what I did. I tried to take the fight to the web. So with our colleagues, we actually created a website. We developed a website to monitor this sort of misrepresentation in the media, where where users and journalists can go online and monitor and tag any article that misrepresent women in the media. So then the results would be shown online, would be used as data for research to check the status of women in the Iraqi media. Also would be used as training material to train other journalists on gender issues in the media. This is the website, and we also added another section to create a database for women experts in Iraq. So every city, you will have a lot of women registered their names in different fields for the journalists to contact them and to be able to interview them as experts, not as objects. So for example, if you go to the website, you will see how the tags have been listed. Any article that is published in one of the websites, and you'll see that is a misrepresentation of women. You can click on it and it tells you a short description of why is this a problem or how is this a problem, so that people can learn to raise awareness on this important issue, also to improve the voices of women or project a more realistic picture of women in the media. I think this is important because at the end of the day, the way the media reflects reality, it's not just like a mirror that you can see the reality in it. It also creates reality. It performs the reality that we live in. And especially nowadays with the new media, new technologies, and increasing access to the internet, we all can do and say something about any given problem. For example, this is just one example of how citizens can participate in reshaping our perception and also our understanding so that we can change the reality. I mean, if we all can do something about this, it makes more sense than we all should. And so that in the future, when my little sister grows up, she can aspire of becoming anyone she wants, maybe a great architect, a decent politician, even an inspiring professor, or perhaps a famous singer if she so chooses. And thank you very much.